What happened in Abuja on October 20th wasn't just a protest, it was a flashpoint. This is the full story. Welcome to RNN TV, I am Esther Olateju. Uncovering the full story of Free Nnamdi Kanu protest. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, has been in DSS custody since 2021, facing charges related to separatism and treason. But here's what makes this case controversial. Multiple courts, including international tribunals, have ruled that this continued detention violates fundamental rights. Yet, he remains behind bars, with his trial dragging on for years. For his supporters, this isn't about separatism anymore. It's about justice, rule of law, and human rights. For his opponents, releasing him would be a dangerous precedent, rewarding what they see as terrorism and insurrection. The stage was set for confrontation.
They're asking for justice. We see, we told them that today will be different.
Quiet, please, quiet, please.
Today will be different. And that nobody can stop the spirit that has now been awoken. Yes. And this is to ensure that we bring our brother home. When we went to Transcorp, they tear gassed us, we relocated to in 2025, under a democratic government, I will be tear gassed for participating in.
But Mr. Sowore, how does this make you feel? You have been on the street. For these police officers who have been complaining and crying that they are...
I don't fight so that people will appreciate me. I fight because my conscience tells me I'm doing what is right. Right. You understand? Even as I'm speaking with you, the lawyer to Nnamdi Kanu is being pushed into the cell. His younger brother is being pushed in the cell. And we are warning the new commissioner of police, because I heard he was brought purposely to come and do this, that he will be disgraced like those who came before him. Yes. So he must release Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, and his brother, Fine Boy Kanu, immediately. Otherwise, we will mobilize everybody down to that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
It will be very, very unfortunate if he doesn't do that. Thank you, Nnamdi Kanu now.
In the days leading up to October 20th, tension gripped Abuja. The presidency condemns the planned protest as a threat to law and order. Security forces flooded the Federal Capital Territory. The Nigerian Correctional Service declared all facilities red zones to prevent potential prison breaches. Counter-protest groups mobilized. The coalition of northern groups and organizations like Ijele Speaks vowed to oppose Kanu's release, demanding justice for security officers allegedly killed by IPOB members.
The same offense cannot become committed. It's one of the offense the life of Sunday committed. And Sunday showed remorsefulness. He showed remorsefulness. He did all he needed to do to get freedom. But till tomorrow, Nnamdi Kanu remained very stagnant. He remained adamant. He remained stubborn towards ensuring that he continues to establish this country. That's what we're saying no. Nigerians must speak in one voice, we must speak together in unity, and justice must prevail. Don't be until the trial will turn into proper conclusion. Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Even the US Embassy issued a security alert, warning its citizens to avoid demonstration areas due to potential violence. By dawn on October 20th, Abuja was a city on edge. Roadblocks created massive gridlocks. Eagle Square and the Central Business District were locked down. The battle lines were drawn. By 7 a.m., protesters had assembled peacefully, led by Sowore and civil society organizations and IPOB sympathizers. The message was clear. Release Kanu now. They carried placards, chanted slogans, and began marching toward the presidential villa at Aso Rock. Amnesty International was already monitoring, urging authorities to respect the constitutional rights to peaceful assembly. For the first 2 hours, it remained peaceful, Nigerians exercising their democratic right to protest. Videos circulated on social media showing determined but non-violent crowds. But that wouldn't last. By 9 a.m., the Nigerian police had enough. Tear gas canisters flew through the air. Live bullets were fired into the crowd. Protesters scattered in panic, running for cover. The brutality was swift and unforgiving. Reports poured in of beatings and mass arrests.
Free Nnamdi Kanu now! 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 Don't tear gas us! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Don't tear gas us! Don't tear gas us! Do not tear gas us! You are right to protest! Don't tear gas us! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now!
Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Tear gas cannot stop us! Tear gas cannot stop us! Tear gas cannot stop us!
Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Still. Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Let's go to beggar. Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now! Free Nnamdi Kanu now!
Among those detained, Prince Emmanuel Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu's brother, and Ifeanyi Ejiofor, his lawyer. Sowore accused security forces of excessive force and vowed to be strategized. Social media exploded with videos of the clashes, with hashtags like #Free Nnamdi Kanu now, #MNK October 20, and #Abuja protests trending nationwide. Amnesty International condemned the crackdown, calling it a violation of fundamental human rights, but the protesters refused to back down. By 10 a.m., something remarkable happened. Despite the tear gas, despite the bullets, despite the arrests, the protesters regrouped. They continued marching, emphasizing non-violence and determination. Their message: this is not about chaos, this is about justice. Maxwell Okpara from Kanu's legal team pled to persist peacefully, declaring that no amount of intimidation would silence their demands. Counter-protests intensified in parallel, with opposing groups labeling the main demonstration as anarchistic and politically motivated. Traffic remained paralyzed across the FCT. More arrests were made, including filmmaker Stanley On Top, who was documenting the event. The day dragged on, with neither side willing to yield. As of the latest report, the protesters dispersed, but with promises to continue the fight. Multiple arrests were made, though releases have not been confirmed. The organizers vow this is just the beginning. Public reaction was deeply divided. Some praised Sowore's bravery and linked the protest to the broader EndSARS movement, saying it as a continuation of Nigeria's fight for justice and accountability. Others criticized it as hypocritical, politically motivated, or a distraction from national unity. Northern groups and government supporters dismissed it as separatist agitation disguised as human rights advocacy. Significantly, no major injuries or fatalities have been confirmed, though the potential for violence loomed large throughout the day. October 20th, 2025 exposed Nigeria's deepest fault lines. On one side, citizens demanding accountability, rule of law, and respect for court rulings. On the other, the government and security apparatus unwilling to compromise on what they see as a national security threat. The date itself carries symbolic weight. 5 years after EndSARS, another generation of Nigerians finds itself in the streets, fighting for justice against state brutality. But unlike EndSARS, this protest is complicated by ethnic and regional divisions. While some see it as a human rights issue, Others view it through the lens of separatism and tribal politics. The Nnamdi Kanu question has become more than a legal case. It's a litmus test for Nigeria's democracy, judicial independence, and ability to manage dissent without violence. October 20th, 2025 will be remembered as the day Abuja became a battleground, not of weapons and warfare, but of ideologies, rights, and the future of Nigeria's democracy. Whether you support Nnamdi Kanu's release or oppose it, nothing is undeniable. The way Nigeria handles this case will define its commitment to justice, human rights, and the rule of law. Tear gas may disperse a crowd, arrest may silence voices temporarily, but the questions raised on October 20th won't disappear. Will Nigeria respect its own courts? Will citizens have the right to peaceful protest? Can a nation divided by ethnicity and politics find common ground on justice? The answers remain uncertain, but one thing is clear. October 20th, 2025 was not the end. It was just the beginning. Thanks for watching RNN TV.